The custom 62 Chevy was designed by Hot Wheels designer Rob Mathis for the 2008 New Model Series. The casting depicts a slammed 1962 Chevy pickup truck with dual side exhausts and a surfboard in the bed. At the end of 2016, this casting was modified. It lost its loose surfboard and gained a sunroof in its roof. A broken surfboard is now cast into the bed. Additionally, Fandom has this from the 2008 card. Born 1962, birthplace Detroit, Michigan, USA. Designer General Motors. Specialty, a combination of the classic Chevy with modern details. This hot rod pickup is smoothed and lowered for the ultimate chilled out style. Decked out with a surfboard in the bed, it's perfect for cruising the Strand on a slow, sunny Sunday or warmer Sunday night. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the truck I got before you today. First of all, yes, it's used. It's very used. I actually like the patina on this used truck. I saw it on eBay and I said, I gotta have it. It was cheap, cheap, cheap. Shipping wasn't bad, so I bought it. And I think it looks great, even with corners chipped off the paint, scuff marks everywhere, basically paint gone everywhere. Okay, now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about this truck. Great pickup truck. I used to own a 65 GMC version of this truck. I loved it. Inline 6-cylinder, 3 on the stalk. It was a great truck to drive. It was fun, had lots of torque. It almost felt like you were raising the front end off the ground if you floored it in the first gear. Just loved the truck. Clutch was easy to use. Absolutely fantastic truck. So let's talk about this particular Hot Wheels. Moving from the left to the right, as always. As you can see, a lot of paint scraped off the bed there and off the corners of the truck. I'm not sure if this paint has just got a problem or if it was just used that much. Now, generally on a Hot Wheels that's been used this much, that this much paint has got scraped off of it, it's been used by a kid or somebody. And the axles are bent. This truck has no bent axles. And they're the original wheels and axles that went on it. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with the paint, but once again, I like it. On the bed and the remainder of the side of the truck, you see white flames with yellow outlines around the edges. Love that. Love the green, sparkly color on this truck. It's a fantastic color. Now, I don't think they came from the factory in green. This is a custom color, as is in the name, custom 62 Chevy truck. Come on up, you see the side exhaust pipes. Now, once again, we got wear and tear on this particular truck. Those side pipes should be in silver. Now, would I go to the trouble of taking a silver Sharpie and repainting these perhaps, or an acrylic paint? I don't know. It's hard to say. The truck looks good as is, I think. The black exhaust, because the silver is worn off in most of the places, the black doesn't look too bad. The black is of the black plastic, and it's very apparent that the silver was painted on at some point in time onto the black plastic of the base, because the exhausts are basically the black plastic of the base. Coming over to the door, we have no door handle. We have no side mirrors, which kind of brings me around to the question of the real truck again. Real 1962 trucks, if you look at them today, the side mirrors, especially the driver's side mirror, it could be a plethora of situations. It might have what I think is probably the original little small round mirror on there. It might have a larger mirror out on a stalk that goes out for trailer purposes. And it might even have, as my 65 GMC had, I don't know what you would call it. It was almost like a billboard out there. It went from the lower panel of the door up to the top of the roof there. I mean, it was a large mirror out on a couple of extension points there. So these trucks over the years have been customized in unimaginable ways, lots of ways. So it's not surprising to see a model that doesn't have any mirrors, because there's a lot of them out there, real trucks, that literally don't have mirrors. Same thing goes with the chrome panel that appears on a lot of the trucks on the side of the B pillow. Some trucks have the chrome pillow, some trucks don't have chrome on the pillow. What's going on with that? Was there multiple levels of trim straight from the factory? I suspect there was, because there are many trucks out there that have a white cab with some chrome on it. Some of them have same color cab as the body. Some trucks have a front grille that is chrome. Some have white paint on the grille. I'm not sure what would have been the higher level trim, but it appears that there were multiple trim levels on this truck if you went and bought it. Okay, let's talk wheels on this truck. Open hole 5 spokes. They look fantastic. Not generally a fan of black wheels, but these with the yellow trim around them, they look really good on this truck. Now, I don't like the insets, especially on the fronts. They're inset too far into the vehicle, so the axle for me is not long enough. But otherwise, they're fantastic. They look great in the wheel well, and I love that the truck is slammed. Okay, let's talk glass in this truck. First of all, the glass is tinted yellow. Now, that's a design issue for Hot Wheels. The trucks in real life were not tinted yellow glass in those things. It looks good. It matches the yellow paint job, yellow on the wheels. It makes it, I like it a lot. It makes it look pretty nice. Definitely a custom job. The little quarter panels and the doors are in yellow, and they are there, and they almost appear to be slanted a little bit open, which would be an interesting touch on Hot Wheels' part if they were a little bit open, but I don't believe they are. The passenger and the driver's side windows are rolled down. We do have a silver interior inside this truck with a bench seat all the way across in silver. Looks great. The steering wheel is in silver, and I don't see 3 on the stalk there, nor do I see anything on the floor in terms of gear shift, so Hot Wheels just left that totally out. Looking at the front of the truck, you're missing a little tampo on the front, which is fine. It's a mainline truck, but the turn signals that should be in the hood of the truck, they're not there. The front bumper, normally on these trucks, it appears that the front bumper either would have been chrome. If you had a chrome grille, then you probably had a chrome bumper. If you had a painted grille, then you probably had a painted bumper as well as a painted cab, and it probably would have been white. I'm not sure what's modeled on that bumper. There's a couple of little dots on that bumper. Are those supposed to be horns? Are those supposed to be some sort of fog lights? What are those? I'm not sure. Is there somebody out there who knows better than I what those little green things on there are? I like the chrome grille. I like the chrome headlights. Looks good. Wish it had the little bit of silver where the turn signals are supposed to be on the hood, but otherwise looks good. The ventilation holes above the grille that's in the hood as well, they're not there, other than they are modeled. Coming on around to the left side, basically same thing as the right side, except we do have the gas cap model, which I find a little unusual. Why would you model the gas cap and not model the left-hand side mirror? I'm pretty sure pretty much all of these trucks came with a left-hand side door mirror. To model the gas cap and not model the mirror, that's interesting. Now, I can't tell if this is wear on this particular vehicle or if that was actually painted chrome. I think the actual gas cap was a chrome gas cap, if I remember correctly, on my truck. Once again, the exhaust pipes, paint's been scraped off, not surprisingly, on the left side as well of the exhaust. So, looks good regardless, even scraped off. Got more paint scraped off the bed. And if you look closely, you'll see a Hot Wheels swoosh piece of tempo there on the rear of the bed. Very cool. That was scraped off on the left side, on the right side, and I didn't even know it was there until I looked at it here on the left side. Very nicely done. Coming around to the rear, we've got a big Chevy bow tie on the back there. Got the tailgate modeled pretty well. We don't have a location for our license plate, but that's not that unusual because this appears to be a slammed show car. A missing license plate location, not terribly surprising. A couple other things that are missing on the back of the truck are the turn signals and the brake lights are not painted. Get your Sharpie out, start painting. Another thing that's missing that would have been nice, it might be okay that it's not on a show car, is the chains that held the tailgate together, or held the tailgate up. There's no chains modeled on there. Would have been nice if it was on there, but it's not surprising that it's not on there at all. Doing plan view on the car, you see the rear bed has a lot of chrome in it. Now that normally would not be in the regular vehicle coming from the factory. I think that I think I remember I had a wooden bed in that truck. Wooden, and it was just same color as the body. Now, you will see there's a hole in this truck bed, and that's there for a reason. This truck used is missing its surfboard. This truck is supposed to have a yellow surfboard with it in an upside down position hanging out the back of the truck. Someone has lost the surfboard, which by me is okay. It's perfectly fine. But that's where the surfboard would lock into position right there. It has a little notch that goes down in the hole and then it slides forward. Got the wheel wells there, look good. They're perfectly sized for the wheels that are there. Now, I think the fandom mentioned that later versions of this truck have a sunroof in it, which I feel is probably all right for a custom version. Boy, I would never want to cut a hole in the roof of my real truck to put a sunroof in. But the custom version here in Hot Wheels, it has a sunroof. The later versions have air vents on the right in front of the A-pillows, in front of the windshield there. No windshield wipers on this truck. Looks like the truck might have speakers on the front dash. Very much possibility there. Nothing on the hood. Flipping the truck over to look at the bottom, we have a differential modeled, a little bit of a solid axle, possibly a little bit of suspension there. We've got the exhaust modeled very well on this truck, along with a couple of mufflers there, looks like. Got some transmission model, got a little bit of motor modeled, it looks like. Possibly a little bit of axle and a little bit of suspension. Made in Thailand. J06, I believe, is going to be the build date. Custom 62 Chevy is going to be the name, trademarked by General Motors. Then we got all the Hot Wheels copyright material there. Now, interestingly enough, we don't have a Hot Wheels swoosh on the bottom of this truck. Something they left out. They left out the SKU code as well. Had plenty of room for a SKU code, had plenty of room for a Hot Wheels swoosh. They didn't include it. Oh well. You can see that the front wheels are smaller than the rear wheels, and you can also see how narrow the axles are, or the wheelbase is, not the wheelbase, but the stance there, how wide the wheels are on the front. Very narrow compared to the rears. As I mentioned, I wish they were a little bit wider. This is getting into the Matchbox territory, okay? And I'm not a big fan of the Matchboxes having such narrow axles or such short axles. Overall, a really great truck. I bought it exactly for the old patina on it. I love that. It makes me think of the truck I had, which had a good bit of patina as well. Hope you enjoyed the review. Please like and subscribe. Have a great day.